Welcome back to Writing with Witches, where apparently I look tired. So sorry about that. It's been a long day. Uh,
I didn't mean it to be a bad thing. I can just tell you about a long day.
this is the podcast where a couple witches sit and talk about writing, and usually that and witchcraft because it's Writing with Witches. Today we're going to be going over common mistakes people make when writing women. Before we get into that, my name is Leona Urbanski. My debut novel, Fire Magic, is currently out and about in the world, and I'm working on my second novel, Fae Touched, which will be coming out in September. Pretty sure I put September on that. I'll double check.
Yeah.
And my co host is.
I am Nicole Autumn. I am the author of the completed Secret Society series. Yeah. and just to jump into book news, we've been making huge strides in actually writing shit, which is awesome. I've been writing on Casper, and I think just in the last 2 days I've put over 2,000 words on it in the last 2 days. So
Awesome.
yeah. Well, you've done even better. You've put how many now?
Uh, Close to 3,000, I think, into the branded book.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Once I got past that block, it's still a struggle, but I'm definitely more. It doesn't help that this book has turned from a standalone into a duology into potentially a quartet.
Which is technically a series. Because anything four or
Yeah.
more is considered a series. So,
Yeah, but saying
yay.
it's a quartet gives me a finish line.
That's true. So, we'll see how that book turns out. Who knows?
But yeah, and then Faith Touched is currently with my beta readers. We're filming this beginning of May. Um, so I will be advertising for ARC readers soon for Faith Touched. I'm hoping to have it sent to ARC readers middle of June. We will see if that timeline holds up to that kind
Yeah.
of scrutiny. I'm trying. I'm trying.
I think you will. I need to actually read it. I need to make sure I write that on my to-do list because I had not written it down and I knew I was missing something and now I remember. Now I know what it is.
There you go. We love our to-do list over at Mythweavers.
Yes. We have to have them, or if it's not in our face, we completely forget it exists. Object permanence.
And another thing that's sort of book news, just not my book news, is I have restarted my book review channel, and I'm doing book reviews over at Leo's Book Reviews, YouTube and Instagram. It's a new setup. I'm doing a review every time I finish a book, and then I'm going to be doing a longer wrap up at the end of the month. So it would be the end of May, beginning of June for this section of books. And I have been kind of blowing through books lately, so
Yeah.
there's quite a few videos that are gonna be coming out soon.
Yeah,
That should already be out by the time you watch this one, anyway.
that is true.
So
All right, should we jump into this week's episode?
yes, because I cannot wait to say some of the phrases that some people use that you used as an example.
Yeah. So in this episode we are discussing how to not write women and the mistakes that we typically see made. And one of those things that was brought up was, I'm gonna butcher this name because I'm not entirely sure how to say it. The Bechdel test.
Bechdel, it's pronounced like a hard
Bechdel.
K.
Okay. Bechdel test. So this is essentially a measurement of if women in film or literature are basically being used as just things. So either the way they test it is ask whether a Work features at least 2 women who have a conversation about something other than a man. And some versions of the test also require the 2 women to have names. So, they're not purely there to gas up the dude. Because we've seen that happen a lot. So this is a good, I guess, indicator or little test that you can do on books you read, because obviously same thing goes. So there you go. That's a test to see if women are being used correctly in media.
I'm running through the conversations in Fire Magic in my head to make sure that I'm pretty sure mine passes the Bechdel test, because Brenna talks to at least 3 other women. One of them's a dragon, technically, but
still counts.
About something besides a guy. I'm pretty sure. Bruce does come up a lot, to be fair, but there's a reason for that.
I mean, hello, the whole thing is about her trying to find her daughter. So yes, she comes up a lot. Her inner turmoil and not wanting to discuss any of her issues with anybody comes up. Like, you have to talk to someone sometime. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just fine.
I'm just fine. I'm fine. Yeah, I don't know. No, Secret Society would pass.
Yeah, it would, because she talks to Serena about witchcraft quite a bit.
Yeah, Serena, she does talk to Benson, but she's only there for a little bit. Olivia and her scheming ways.
Yeah.
So, but man,
they both pass.
Yay. And I know my other. I'm thinking about Casper now. I'm like, but she's not talking to anybody about men, really. It's more all in her head.
It's true. I'm trying to. Fae Touch passes because Skitter talks to Lyra quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh, well, she does talk to another character, her real estate agent. And it has nothing to do with men.
That is true.
No.
They pass.
Antique toilet lovers. So yeah, that's a good indicator. So one of the things that was there anything else you wanted to say on that or no?
No, I think I was just
okay.
I didn't want all of our books pass.
I didn't want to cut you off. So one of the big mistakes is using a woman purely to exist as a plot device. She's there to help further the story for the man. So we don't hear much about her feelings, her internal thoughts. That just doesn't exist. She's purely there as an object, essentially. Boo.
Yeah, and a lot of the Marvel movies, especially in the beginning, have been accused of this. Black Widow, especially, was very, very objectified in the first generation of films with that. He was there purely to help move the plot along and didn't have her own plot or her own character arc. Or same with Pepper, really. In the Iron Man movies, she was there as a foil for Tony, but her life revolved around Tony quite literally.
Literally, yeah. Which would be another point is she is seen as not having a life outside of the main male character, which in this, you need to give her friends. She probably has family that she came from. So this whole lone woman cliche that we see, where apparently they don't have friends, they don't have family, their entire life, like you said, revolves around the man. So that is another thing that we see very commonly when it is one either written by a man or the movie is produced and directed by a man. Is the man's the main show, the woman's just there to help the dude, and outside of that she has no life, no family, friends to speak of, and if they exist, no they don't, because you never see them, so you wouldn't know. So, yeah.
So one movie that actually does a good job of not doing this, of actually having the character, having friends and family, and a storyline that's not just moving the man's plot along, even though technically the main character is a guy, is Furiosa in Mad Max Fury Road. I think Fury Road is the name of it, the latest one.
I think so.
Uh, because yeah, it's named after Mad Max. Yeah, Max is the main character of the movie. That's who it follows. But Furiosa has friends. She has family. She could care less if Max is along for the ride or not. Like he's
Mm-hmm.
helpful, but her story would continue without him. So I think that film does a good job of kind of doing what it's supposed to do versus having, like we mentioned earlier, Pepper or Black Widow in the Marvel movies being there purely to help the man.
Yeah. I think if we're looking at superheroes, for example, I think a good example of this not being the case would be Superwoman. Right? Superwoman? What the?
I mean,
Wonder
Supergirl,
Woman. Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Okay,
She comes from a tribe. She has family. There's a backstory. She has that behind her. And yes, she is part of like the, what the hell? Justice
Justice League.
League. And yes, she does help in that fight, but there is a whole backstory that we know she has, that it is not entirely centered around a man. It's actually a bunch
Yeah,
of women, which is pretty sick. So,
I love that Princess Buttercup became a general in that movie. That was just
yeah.
perfect. I love it.
Yeah. So, comparing the two versus, the Marvel universe versus, oh my God, why am I
DC,
blanking? DC, thank you. I'm like,
you're welcome.
I can see all of the characters in my brain. What is the franchise called? So yeah, Marvel versus DC. I mean, granted, you know, well, hell, even I was gonna say some of the older Batman female characters. Some of them had some backstories.
Oh, or the original Batman with the Joker and Vicky Vale, the reporter, she was there purely to help advance the story. I mean,
Yeah,
that was the only reason she was there.
yeah. There's
So,
there's some downfalls there, but let's just focus on Wonder Woman.
well, okay, but Batman Returns with Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman.
Yeah, I was also thinking
She
Poison
had her
Ivy
own
too.
story. Poison Ivy, she had her own story.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't there purely to help Batman move the plot along.
Yeah,
I liked that Poison Ivy stayed evil personally. I liked that she was defeated as a villain and wasn't rescued by the bonds of love. I don't know.
whatever. Yeah. I mean, even if we were to look, I don't know. I was going to say Harley Quinn, but I can't speak on the newer one with
Which
the
one?
weirdo cult dude, Leto. I don't know.
I haven't seen the Joker movie, so I can
Yeah.
speak to the first two Suicide Squads and the Harley Quinn movie. And I will say the first Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn was definitely just a sexy
Plot
puzzle
device.
piece,
Okay.
plot device.
Yeah.
Second Suicide Squad, she was more active and
Mm-hmm.
more Harley Quinn, and the Harley Quinn movie was literally all about her. Like
Yeah.
Joker doesn't even show up in that movie, which I absolutely loved.
That one was called Birds of Prey, wasn't it? The Harley Quinn
Birds
one?
of Prey and something something Harley Quinn.
Yeah. So I feel like they do a little bit better job of representing the woman beyond just she's here for the man.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I feel like, but I think I probably have kept going for too long on this, so we can probably move to the next
Yeah,
point. Sorry.
that's fine. The next big point is do not objectify the women. They are not simply there as an object of lust or subservience to a man. Which I know I'm a little guilty of objectification, but I do it to the men too. So everyone gets equally objectified in my books.
That is true. And see, it's odd because the modern romance books are some of the ones that are least objectifying about the women. They are more than an object of lust or subservience. It
Yeah.
is usually in today's romance, even in the romantasy, it's the woman's story. Like,
Yeah.
it's the men who are getting objectified and purely seen as a plot device, which is fine with me. It's, a turnabout's fair play.
Yeah.
But but yeah, it was definitely Wheel of Time was definitely one of those that I would say was objectifying in the first book, at least, for sure. I can't even
Yeah.
remember her name.
Are you talking about Egwene?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, Rand for Egwene, and then once even Celine comes into play, the whole first part of it is just, oh my god, she's so beautiful, she's so hot. Like, I mean, obviously he doesn't say hot, but she's so beautiful, I can't take my eyes off of her. I'm having these lustful thoughts that I've never had about anybody. And you're like, oh my god, grow up.
Yeah, that was grating. That was very grating.
Yeah. And another point would be that their personhood should not revolve purely around their looks. And when I talk about this, there's a phrase that all I could think about when I wrote that was someone had found a line in a novel written by a man, and he literally wrote, "Her boobs bounced boobily." And to me, that is like pure just objectification only on looks. Like, what does that even mean? That line should never be used ever again, except to make fun of whoever wrote that.
What was the other one? Her ovaries clenched at the thought, and I'm like,
Oh,
I have read that. I have read it. In some of like the ones that are the bad examples of writing a woman.
yeah.
That was odd.
They clenched?
Or something like that. Or
That sounds painful.
that sounds like a period. That's what that sounds
right?
like.
Or, I mean, I've heard of people saying that their ovaries have quivered. No, but I've always heard that as women saying that as a joke. So if a man actually wrote that, that'd be pretty freaking funny.
I'm pretty sure it was a man that wrote it, yes.
Oh, there's this one creator that was on YouTube, or not YouTube, TikTok. That's where I originally found her. I'm sure she's on other platforms. And her whole thing is she likes getting old romance novels from thrift stores. And she will read them. And she's like, the amount of awfully written things that it got to the point where she got a squirt bottle and was like literally squirting her own phone.
I've seen it. She is like, I don't know how this applies, but it works. Feels right.
She's just like, ew, bad. Don't do that again.
I've seen her pop it up too.
Yeah. So for some more examples, try and look her up. I don't remember the name. I think it has to do with something about apple pie.
I don't remember.
Something in her.
I'm horrible about checking names.
I know. I need to remember them. So yeah, their whole personhood should not revolve purely around their looks and or their body parts, i.e. their boobily.
At some point that just turns into talking about the bird, okay? The boobie is boobieing.
Yep. Well, are there birds called boobies? Or I know there's called tit birds.
Yeah, there's the titmouse bird. Yeah, there's birds
so
called
cute.
boobies. They have blue feet. I'm like, now I have to look it up to make sure that I'm right.
That would be hilarious. The
I am
tangents
like
are here.
90%. Yeah, they are boobies, are large coastal seabirds with brightly colored feet. It's Booby, and the plural is boobies.
I love it.
Yeah.
How perfect is that?
It is. It is. So yeah, at some point you're just talking about the birds.
Yeah. Anything you wanted to add on the personhood not revolving around
No,
the
no,
looks?
I think that
That
I
covered it.
think that I covered it.
Okay. Um so one thing you should do is make her actionable. She should make decisions within the story that actually make a difference. Not just, "Oh, I'm going to go have lunch." And it's like, "Okay, cool." Give her something to do and give her decisions to make that will affect the outcome of your story.
So this is probably going to be a controversial take because it goes back and forth. The movie 27 Dresses.
Mhm.
The decision that I'm thinking of that she makes is getting rid of all of the bridesmaids' dresses.
Mhm.
And that moves her story forward. And yes, it later goes on like I have plenty of issues with that movie,
Mhm. I haven't seen it in a
but
really long time.
she does make the call to move on and forward with her life, and it doesn't revolve around the man because at that point she'd broken up with the guy because of what he did.
Mhm.
um it is a guilty pleasure movie for me. I've watched it multiple times, so partially because I love all the dresses.
That's fair. But you also like to sew dresses, so that makes sense. See that the movie like that for me, oh, what was it called? It has Anne Hathaway and not Goldie Hawn, her daughter, Kate Hudson, and it's about getting married. They both have their weddings at the same time, and they start sabotaging each other and their weddings. I cannot remember the night. What the heck? Do I have it sitting here? I don't. I don't remember what it's called, but it is hilarious. That is one of my guilty pleasure like comedy
Bride
movies.
Wars.
Yes. Oh my god, that shit's hilarious. It is so funny. They make lots of decisions, a lot of decisions. And it
Yeah, a
is
wedding. Yeah, I believe it.
not only that, but to sabotage their best friend's wedding. That's oh yikes.
Yeah, having goals that don't involve a man in any way, I think, is definitely an important piece to have in the story.
Yeah.
Man, as we're going through this, I just keep running through my own books in my head, making sure that I'm living to all these check marks.
What are they accomplishing? Yeah, I'm pretty sure yours is fine. She has plenty of goals to accomplish. Um, yeah, so making sure that they have goals, whether that's not actually seen on there, but even if it's like a career goal or because we're talking all different scopes of fiction here. So, career goals, relationship goals, friend goals, anything. Maybe she wants to get her life in order because she's a hot ass mess. That is a goal, and her doing that is great. We love to see it. And when I say relationship, that doesn't necessarily mean like romantic relationships. That could be a relation working through a relationship with a parent or a sibling or a best friend, whatever. Oh, excuse me. So, giving her goals, thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
My brain went dead for a second. I was like, what was I going to say about the goals? Yes, it's good. Give her goals.
Give her goals.
Yes. Because what woman doesn't have goals in her life? That sounds like a man thing to me.
That sounds like a man thing. What's your goal in life? Well, I don't know.
I don't really know. I'm just going to
Whereas
work.
you ask a woman and she like had pulls out a freaking list that's 10 pages long.
Rolls out a scroll for you. Well, today and tomorrow, my 5-year plan, women have goals. They're there, whether we say them to you or not, they're always there. So make sure you give your characters goals.
Yes.
Um, so that would bring us to our witchy tip. And since we're talking about women, and when I say women, That's any woman, not just, yeah, anyways, you know what I'm saying. Um so we're talking about feminine energy. Um and a lot of the times feminine energy is often linked to the moon, so getting maybe more in touch with your feminine side and moon magic could help bring in that feminine energy. I know there are certain deities you can work with. One that's coming off the top of my head, like Aphrodite's a big one for getting in touch with your softer feminine energy. Now you also have that like warrior feminine spirit, then you're looking at some of your like Athena or Artemis, or if you want your dark
Morgan.
feminine, then you're going, you know, the darker goddesses, but all of them are very in touch with their feminine, right? And also accepting that there is a difference between masculine and feminine energy. That's okay. It's there, and knowing when to lean into either one is a great skill to have.
Yeah, and I'm almost even reluctant to say that feminine energy is softer because there are so many feminine things and deities that are not soft.
Well, no,
And
that's true. But I meant like
no, no,
there's
no,
the
this is just my
scale.
opinion. That's
Oh,
all.
okay.
I wasn't trying to naysay you.
Yeah.
I'm just this is just how my thought process is
Yeah.
because there is a lot of feminine things that are not childbirth is not soft.
Oh no. No. No.
So, um, accepting that just because it's hard doesn't mean it's not feminine.
Yeah.
I guess is what I'm trying to say. That there are feminine energies out there that don't meet what a lot of people would call soft. Just because it's
Yeah.
feminine doesn't mean it's soft. So that's just my opinion. I wasn't trying to
No, no, no. I see what you're saying now.
naysay you
Yeah.
or anything.
Yeah. No, that
So
makes sense. Because, like, yes, you can be that soft, dainty, feminine, idealistic, feathery lady. Or, you know, you're cracking skulls and drinking the blood of your enemies on a battlefield. Both are feminine, depending on who you ask.
that's true.
So, there's two sides to every coin. You could be soft. You could be, like, razor sharp. So, yeah. But yeah, leaning into your feminine and embracing that is never a bad thing. Same with your masculine side too.
Yeah.
So,
They are different energies,
mm-hmm.
but yeah, I think like you said, being able to lean into either one depending on what your needs are at the time
Yeah.
is helpful.
Amen. I'm just kidding.
Androgynous deities are great to help with that. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, for sure. So that would bring us back to jumping into writing women and not fucking it up.
Perfect title for this episode.
Yeah, writing women, don't fuck it up. Another one, make her human. Give her strengths as well as vulnerabilities. You know, everyone has their strengths and weaknesses, their flaws, their quirks. You know, don't make her just an AI version of a woman that just looks like a blow up doll. I don't know why, but when I said that, it reminded me of like all the stupid AI like things that are going on in the gaming world, and how like specifically they did it for Resident Evil Requiem, and they AI'd all of the women and they all looked the same except their clothing was different colors, but their faces were like perfectly symmetrical and freaking big old boobies, and I'm like,
And the shirt unbuttoned here.
just oh yes, like, because yeah, that's how women work. So they broke all the rules that we're trying to put up for you guys of not to break, and they just were like, screw it, AI, sexualize them all. It was awful. I'm like,
Well, and like I saw one recently where they took Jahira from Baldur's Gate 3 who is an older elf. So she has wrinkles, right? And
Yeah.
they unwrinkled her.
Ew. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard people were doing it to Asterion and even
Hmm.
freaking Leon Kennedy. They got rid of his wrinkles. Stop that right now. Let them age. Jeez. They look so much better with the wrinkles. I'm just saying.
If you want a younger Leon Kennedy, just go to the other games. Leave
Right?
our Requiem Kennedy alone.
Yes. Yes. Leave that man alone. He's been through a lot and he looks fantastic.
He does.
Bes-
He really does.
besides all of that, you know?
Anyway.
um, so yeah, make sure you're giving them strengths and weaknesses and all the little fun things that real people have. That's a bonus.
Mhm. Give them annoying habits. They're not perfect. They have
They're
annoying
not.
habits.
Everyone has annoying habits, so it would make sense that a character would. Um, also, do not rely on stereotypes when writing female characters. And I will give you 3 examples that I have seen repeatedly when men write women. You have your manic pixie dream girl, you have your spicy Latina, and your angry black woman. Those are 3 that are just absolutely just off the table. Don't use them. They're trash. Do something original. And if you're relying on those stereotypes, and I'm sure there's more out there, if you're relying on those stereotypes, you're a bad writer. Like straight up. I'll say it. I will do the hot take. You're a bad writer. So, I said it.
And that's not to say that picking apart this one stereotype of angry black woman. That doesn't say that you can't have a black woman in your book that isn't angry at any time. She can be
Yeah.
angry, but she can also be sad. She can be happy. She can be forlorn. She can be giggly. She has more than one emotion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, same with the spicy Latina. We see that all the time, right? Of, oh, well, if she's Latina, oh, she's got an attitude. She's feisty. She's mean. Like, do you know how many people? I grew up in Southern California. That stereotype is so garbage. It's ridiculous. So, yeah, those are the ones. And I mean, the one for the white women is like the manic pixie dream girl. She comes in and she's like all over the place and super artsy and so great and fantastic. And then somehow she comes in and just ruins your life and destroys everything. And see you later. I'm going to go on my next trip and go on my next whim. And it's like, what the fuck? Who does that?
Sorry, you saying that just made me think the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, the chick that rejected him at the engagement was a manic pixie dream girl.
Yep.
That just clicked into place for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was on a journey.
Yep. She blows into town. She has fun, gets the man on the hook, and then, oh, I'm on to my next adventure. Goodbye. Love you. Ta ta. Like, absolutely not. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Manic Pixie Dream Girl is another one that is just annoying. Give them
All
some
3
depth.
of these are very annoying.
Yeah,
But
all of them are very annoying. But those are the ones that just annoyed me the most, and they just popped right into my head instantaneously writing that point.
that's fair.
Also, do not describe them by the men in their lives. For example, the farmer's daughter, the preacher's wife, etc., etc. They do not need to be defined by their husband's job, what they like, where they live, like, oh, I'm a suburban girl, like these weird like sayings that people will put on women and just categorize them by their dads or their wife or husbands or whatever. Don't do that. She has agency outside of herself. Does she have a career? Maybe do that. Talk about her because of that or something that describes her that
Yeah,
doesn't
and I
revolve
mean,
around a man.
if you're thinking about, say, you're at a party with multiple people you don't know, You're not going to walk up to someone and introduce yourself as, I'm so and so's wife. You're going to say your own name, and it may come up in conversation later that you're married to so and so,
Yeah.
or someone may make the connection if you took your partner's name
Yeah.
and ask if you're related. But you don't walk up to someone and say, I'm so and so's daughter, unless you're like trying to network and make connections,
Yeah.
which can happen. Not going to
Mm-hmm.
argue. Most people prefer to stand on their own 2 feet these days, though, so it doesn't happen as often, I don't think. But yeah, that's not how people introduce themselves or
That's
describe
like,
themselves.
yeah. And I'm in the military, so I see the military stickers all the time of like, I'm a Marine wife, I'm a Army wife. Like, why are you describing yourself based off your husband's job? It's weird. I've seen it even like, I'm a line worker wife. Like,
What?
okay, that's, I've seen them. I have seen them. Line worker wives or electricians' wives. I'm like, why? I don't get it. And that's like in the culture, especially in the military, where you, the Marine wife and all that shit. And I'm like, it's never made any sense to me. They also like to wear
Yeah.
their husband's rank too, like they're someone fucking important. And it's like, no, ma'am, you didn't sign the dotted line. Get over yourself. Anyways, sorry, that was my little tangent for the day.
No, well, that totally lines up with what we were talking about. So,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So yeah, give her agency. Describe her by her own accomplishments and fun shit. So yeah.
And you know what? You may have it turned around. Maybe it's actually the man that describes himself based off his wife's job.
That would be cool. My wife is a billionaire. I'm a billionaire husband.
Yeah. The house husband.
Yep, I joked with about it with in Leo. You would make a good house
Yep.
husband. I mean, he does though. He would make a
Yeah.
fantastic house husband. um Also, make her well-rounded. She is more than say one personality trait. This has come up even in some of the books that I've read where females have written it. Uh where they rely on one character trait to basically describe a whole character. Clumsy is one that I've seen done repeatedly. Oh, I'm so scatterbrained, or I'm so clumsy, or I I don't even know. Like, you are more than one character trait. Your characters are more than just one character trait. So, making sure you give them more than just one, make them well-rounded.
And it's funny because I'm going to pull from probably a weird example considering what we normally write, but the Animorphs books.
Mm-hmm.
There are 6 main characters in those books, and you could define them each by a single trait. Rachel is the warrior princess, Cassie is the empath, Jake is the leader, Tobias is the emo little goth boy. Um, but if you actually go and read the books, she really does a good job of rounding them out. Like
Mm-hmm.
Rachel is quote unquote warrior princess. They compare her to Xena all the freaking time. But you know what? She's also a gymnast. She has a best friend who's a girl who's not part of their group. She has a family that she has to deal with. She is emotional at times. She is scared. She has trouble with schoolwork because of issues. So K.A. Applegate actually really does round out these characters throughout the series and
Yeah.
gives them more than one personality trait.
Yeah. So, just give them something else besides clumsy, please.
Poor clumsy Nicole.
I mean, see, and the thing is I know I can't say I do this 100%, but I do like to make my characters curious to a fault. I like
That's
it to
true.
get them in trouble. So yes, a lot of my characters are a little curious. And then there's always a man going, you might want to be careful. Don't do that. And they're like, I got it. Don't worry about it. It usually works
I'm
out in
fine.
the end. It's fine. They're fine. It's like that meme. I'm fine. This is fine. I'm fine.
Sitting there with a cup of coffee while fire rages around them. I'm fine.
I'm fine. Also, when, particularly with women, right? The whole cliche that women are very dramatic and over emotional. Everyone has emotions. Have you seen a man when their favorite football team lost the Super Bowl? I have, and emotions galore. So emotions are for everybody, and it's fine to give them dramatic emotions that they feel, but be careful not to overdo it to where everything is some type of catastrophe. I lost my keys. Oh my God. My keys are gone. Did they go? My whole day is ruined. Don't do that. I've met people that are like that, and I'm just like, bro, you need a Xanax. Calm down. It's okay. So yeah, it's okay to have emotions. Just don't overdo it to the point where they're like melodramatic about everything.
There's times for breakdowns
Mm-hmm.
that are appropriate in a book, but
Yeah.
it doesn't need to be every single chapter.
Oh my God. Yeah. Because at that point, I don't care. You're going to break down about everything. So go nuts, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else on that one?
No, I think I'm good.
Um, Also, give her accomplishments and things to be proud of that does not revolve around a man. Maybe she was in a sport, right? And she has sports awards, or she is very academic and she loves learning, or she got a new job promotion that she has been working for years. Give her something to have accomplished on her own volition that has nothing to do with men.
Or love.
Yeah. Things that fulfill people
Like,
outside of relationships.
yeah.
Romantic relationships, I should say. Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, just having something that they do for themselves, for their following that scroll of goals that have nothing to do with a man.
Yeah. Amen to that, because women have brains, accomplishments and
They do.
goals. um Also, if you're going to give your female characters trauma, there should be a reason, not just to do it. So when you're doing that, make sure you're doing research on it. Don't just, throw every freaking terrible thing that could possibly happen at a female character. Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't break her just to break her.
Yeah.
Like
Or
a breakdown could be a focal point of the story. I'm thinking K-pop Demon Hunters, because they did bring Lumi to her lowest point, and that was the point of the movie. But there was a reason behind it. There had been build up behind it. It was explored appropriately. She wasn't being broken just for the man to fix her. She was fixing herself.
yeah, which was a good point, is the man coming in just to fix her should not be the whole point of a book. Like, yes, there can be healing that can happen through healthy relationships, but equally so, healthy relationships can also break a person more, realizing how effed up they may have been. And they're like, oh, damn, I didn't realize that this is what love can be like. And that can open the floodgates for a lot of trauma and hurt. So keep that in mind. But also, it is also okay to give your characters normal upbringings. where they had loving parents, they had friends, they accomplished things, they did things. They weren't just, poor, destitute children with orphaned, destitute children that were never loved and just growing up in the pits of despair, because we see that so often.
We do. We do really, really do. I'm thinking of When the Moon Hatched.
Oh, I'm thinking, okay, hello, Feyre.
Yeah, yeah. That guitar, for sure.
Oh, or, they've had great and then just fell into destitute situations, and they're just, oh, let the man sweep in and save her. No, it's
Yeah.
okay for them to have normal upbringings and be living a normal life before meeting the main male character. Like, it's okay. Not everyone has to be broken to pieces. Break them
Yeah.
later. No, I'm just
Yeah. Bring them in whole, break them later.
yes,
That's the theory.
that is the best way to do it. Bring them in whole. They've had a wonderful life up until you showed up, and then you break them. So you can build
This
them
is when the
again and fix
characters come
them.
after the author.
My characters probably hate me. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Harper right now, poor girl. I feel so bad for her. She is just, I'm like, by the end of this book, I am almost positive she's going to have a heart attack out of straight fear. So yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, normal upbringing. Great. Fantastic.
Do it.
I don't think I had any other points. Did you?
Yeah, I think we covered quite a bit
Yeah.
with examples to match.
Yeah. I thought of some good examples this time.
You did. You definitely did.
Yeah. So that would bring us to book reviews, which, again, I don't have one because I have been reading a lot of other people's things. And the two books that I did start, I started them right at the same time, and I'm roughly 25 to 30% of the way through both of them. So, yeah. Although, this Katie Robert books that I'm listening to, Desperate Measures, they use the damn baby girl, daddy, fucking pet names, and it's pissing me off every time I hear it. I almost threw my spatula across the room when I heard it, and I was just like, gross. I don't like it. So
I can tell.
Yeah. I'm trying to push through to hopefully that there is a storyline here, but yeah, that one is, every time they say it,
Sounds rough.
like, my eye twitches. So yeah, I know you have a book review, so please indulge our watchers and listeners.
So my review is the latest Disney Twisted Tales. This is the most recently published one. There is not another one coming till I think June. I hope. I don't remember. I'd have to look at my list. They have so many authors.
They do. Yeah.
They churn these things out. Anyway, so the latest one that I read is by Liz Braswell, and it is Adventure is Out There. And this is the twisted tale of Up, Pixar movie of the man in the house with the balloons, if you don't know what I'm talking about. But this focuses on Ellie, Carl's wife, when she is roughly mid-teens, mid to late teens, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And she is an intern at the local zoo. Loves her job, loves what she's doing as an intern. Carl is still in her life. They do not take Carl out of her life. But she ends up stealing a plane and flying to South America.
That's wild.
Yeah. And went to Paradise Falls by herself with a bird.
I'm just saying, we're talking about women in this episode. Great example.
She definitely passes the Bechdel test. Definitely has her own goals and objectives. Um, there is a little bit of relationship trauma that does sort of end up resolved at the end, but I actually really thoroughly enjoyed how they did this book. It gave Ellie, who was just cardboard cutout because she was just Carl's wife, who
Mm-hmm.
inspired him to go to Paradise Falls,
Mm-hmm.
and turned her into a full-fledged, well-rounded character that is realizing people aren't always what they seem. Ellie is very straightforward. She is very much, I trust the vision that you are presenting yourself to me, and doesn't try to look further.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is her realizing that the front that people put up isn't always accurate. Because she has
Gotcha.
been lucky in her life that she hasn't had to confront this before. People around her have been honest about who they are and all of that. And it's now she's realizing, hey, people aren't always honest about who they are and what they do.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a big turning point for Ellie in this book. I really enjoyed it. If you even if you don't like the movie Up, go read it anyway, because the only thing this has in common with the movie is the characters.
That's fair.
Like, she just took the characters, rewound back to this point in Ellie's life, and wrote it from Ellie's point of view.
That's so cool.
So it was a really cool book. I this was probably one of my favorites of the Twisted Tales.
Nice.
So,
My phone vibrated.
I know.
Oh, did you hear it?
Yeah.
So that would bring us to the end of this episode. You can find us at writingwithwitches.com. You can email us at writingwithwitches@gmail.com. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, YouTube, and TikTok. Although, again, we're not posting on TikTok anymore because they hate us. Um, and we do have a Discord server. So if you would like to join us and hop in and chit chat with us, we're always there. You can find me at authornicoleautumn.com, and you can find me at all the aforementioned places as author Nicole Autumn. I also have a Discord server, and everything will be linked below. Leona.
You can find me as Leona Urbanski Author on Facebook and Instagram. You can also find me at my website, leonaurbanskiauthor.com, or sign up for my Substack at leonaurbanskiauthor.substack.com. You can also find both of us at mythweaverbooks.com, where you can purchase our books and our merch. Get the merch. Love the merch. I still wear those pants every day.
They're that comfy, huh?
They're comfy. So yeah, and you're also going to find Mythweaver Books on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Come follow us and keep up with the news. And, once we actually have people signing up on the website, we will send out a newsletter.
Yes, we will. We will be doing that because we actually have a lot of things in the pipeline. I mean, we pretty much have the next 2 years, 3 years already set up. So,
Yep.
yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff to come. So, if you're interested, be sure to go sign up for our newsletter. We have not put out one yet, but I'm sure we will come up with lots of fun things to put in there for you guys. So, yeah. Thank you all. Wait, what is next week's episode?
Good smut scenes.
Oh, my specialty.
That is true.
Yes. So thank you all for watching and or listening. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye bye.